Welcome back, everyone. I figured I'd change it up today. We're gonna do a live episode. It's more of a reaction video. This morning when I woke up on my YouTube feed, I saw this video pop up, TexitCoin, right? And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I start watching the video. It's like 14 minutes long, and I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna provide some rebuttals and maybe some red flags that I see with this. I mean, of course, right? As Bitcoiners, I mean, for me, it's an automatic shitcoin, right? But one thing I do find it funny is that the guy who's doing the video, Jay, he immediately, obviously says, well, this isn't a shitcoin, this is different. So yeah, I figured, you know what? Let's dive into that. Let's dive into that video and go over it, and then we're also going to take a look at their website, because some of the stuff that he talks about this altcoin just really doesn't make much sense to me. So yeah, we're gonna go through it, but before we do, of course, we're just gonna show a quick spot from the Pleb Underground sponsors. That's right, these guys help us keep the show going. So without further ado, we take 40 seconds, take a look at that, and then we will be right back and dive into this video. Here we go. Head on over to Archimedes Emporium. They make absolutely beautiful Bitcoin branded products. They just dropped their first one. It is the solid aluminum Bitcoin clock. I had to get my hands on it so that I could show it to you guys. Take a look. Really, really nice piece. Beautiful craftsmanship. Head on over to archamp.co. The link is going to be in the show notes. That is Archimedes Emporium. Head on over there. I don't have an actual ad read for this or anything. It just says Tselly Says, fuck you, Greg. Okay, and we are back. All right, let's dive into this video. Here we go. Pull this thing up. I guess we'll just share the whole window. No, I got to be annoying, and unfortunately I have to share just the tab if we actually want to be able to hear the audio. Okay, anyways, let's do that. Let me fix this a bit. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, you guys could tell I haven't done this very much, so I'm just learning the ropes. Okay. Anyways, without further ado, and guys, of course, I'm just going to give the disclaimer. This is not investment advice, blah, blah, blah. Use your brain. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, here we go. Let's dive about TexitCoin. Okay, there we go. It's amazing, huh? Fiber connection. Apparently, not so much. Maybe it's my laptop. Okay, let's do it. I'm wasting your time.
Is TexitCoin a scam? Let's go in there and let's break this down and get to the truth. Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Jason coming at you with another video. No, this is not financial advice. This is just me telling you a little bit about what I'm going through in TexitCoin. All right, so the bigger TexitCoin gets, the more and more people keep coming out of the woodwork claiming that it is a scam. They're claiming that it's a Ponzi scheme. They're claiming people that claim it literally have done no research whatsoever to know. They just know that they've heard about a lot of different other crypto scams, so they just immediately throw it into the bag with the rest. It's very sad when someone gets on Reddit and asks the question seriously, wanting to understand what exactly it is, and people with complete and utter ignorance reply back with some very, very dumb comments. Let me kind of give you a few examples of these. I've never understand why people invest in new coins in 2025. They're all shit coins or outright scams.
I'm just gonna pause it right there. He already sounds like a shitcoiner. Yeah, exactly, right? But it's funny, right? Because the first comment is like, hey, everything's a shitcoin and an outright scam, but he's going to tell us why it's not. I just find it funny that literally the first comment, it's like, yep, we know this is a scam, but wait, I went through their website. Okay, I took a look at this. I genuinely I want to know how this is not maybe it's not an outright scam, but in my eyes, it's definitely a grift, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, anyways, here we go. Sorry.
They have been for years. Yeah, that's a lie. Lots are, but not all. Never-ending avalanche of victims and myriad of scam portals to welcome the victims in what used to be their money in. They quote this from Texit Trade. Designed for generations of honest trade. Yes, it's an obvious scam. They lead you to a fake app and they show you fake profits, and they are just numbers they put. They have stolen whatever he or she has put in. Oh, these things are absolutely laughable. No, I'm not a fan of Reddit for this very reason, because it's full of a bunch of people that do no research whatsoever.
Okay. In all fairness, right? This is kind of that's kind of the piece of it, is that yeah, he's not wrong. Reddit is a total dumpster fire, right? But so is every online forum. Like it doesn't make a difference. They're all dumpster fires to a certain extent. But that doesn't mean, right? Like just because Reddit is a dumpster fire doesn't mean this is not a grift. Anyways.
And go in there and act like they do to answer serious questions that these people have. They seriously want to know, is this something legit or is it not legit? All right, so let's go over the different types of schemes that are out there, and let's try to figure out which one of these is it that Texit might fall into, if it even falls into any of them, which it doesn't. The first one that you hear the most about is a pyramid scheme. This one has been thrown around for years and years and years. There's lots of actual like multi-level marketing companies out there, even though that's not what we are, that actually are successful companies like Mary Kay.
Okay, so hold on. Right there, he brings up the multi-level marketing companies. And indeed, they are not outright scams. Okay, and this is where it gets into the nuance. They're not outright scams. They are indeed grifts. Okay. Anyways, and the reason why they're a grift is because the product that they usually sell is of average nature, in some cases subpar, and they are charging a very high premium for it. Anyways, just let's continue.
And many others that are like that. But people just throw it out there that it's a pyramid scheme. So what exactly is a pyramid scheme? I think the confusion comes because when they see anything that looks like a pyramid, where you have a person at the top, and then you got a couple of people below them, and then you got a couple of people that are below them, and so on and so forth, until finally you have this giant thing that looks like a pyramid. Well, guess what? It can be a pyramid without actually being a scheme. So one thing about that
okay, sorry, gotta cut in here. Again, not wrong. Right? Businesses are set up in the shape of a pyramid, right? You have the CEO at the top and then the management levels, and it's a pyramid. So again, right, you can equate these ideas that are not necessarily wrong, and this helps validate the use case. Anyways, let's continue.
Let's talk about is when you get into TexitCoin and you buy a mining share, that part of it where you have the
okay, so we're going to stop again. You get into TexitCoin and you buy a mining share. And we're going to go take a look at their website after, because, and to me, this was just the nail in the coffin. They've got mining packages. So you can't actually purchase a miner, right? There are no ASICs, but instead you purchase mining packages that guarantee you a certain amount of coin daily. Anyways, I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
Pyramid looking thing, you don't even ever have to do. That's literally just something you can do on the side.
All right, so guys, look, you don't have to be a part of the pyramid scheme. You don't have to take part of the pyramid scheme part, okay? Of that's separate. You could just do the legitimate part of the business. Am I missing something? Am I interpreting this incorrectly? I don't know. Anyways.
If you want to make a little extra money. If you just want to buy the mining share and sit back and make money off the coin, you can.
Oh.
So it can't be a pyramid scheme because you're not even forced to do that anyway. One of the key features of a pyramid scheme is when you have high profitability for the people at the top of the pyramid. So all these people that get in,
Okay, wait, this is gonna, because I already watched this, right? So this is gonna be brilliant. Okay, this piece right here. So keep in mind why he's saying this is not a pyramid scheme, right? It's not a pyramid scheme because the people at the top, they make a ton of money, right? So if they're not making that much, maybe it's not a pyramid scheme after all. This is so funny. Anyways.
all that money funnels up to the top of the pyramid, and all the people up at the top make a tremendous amount of money. Now, that is almost every multi-level marketing that's out there. The majority of people that get into these things never ever even make back the money they actually put in. It's the people that are way, way, way above them that are making all the money. Now, this does not exist in TexitCoin. Let me explain to you why. Because no person can make more than $3,000 a week.
Okay, so guys, hear me out. It's not a grift, it's not an MLM, it's not a Ponzi because your earnings are capped. I'm actually kind of surprised that anybody falls for this shit. Anyways, yeah, let's
So even though you get people that are way, way, way,
like you could see, I could barely make it through. We're like 4 minutes in. I've had to stop this thing 10 times already because it just doesn't make any sense to me. And keep in mind, right, I was a shitcoiner, right? For the people who don't know me, for the people that are watching this video and never seen me before, I was a shitcoiner in 2017 and 2016, okay? I fell for all of this crap, okay? I was a person who got rugged in Unicoin, right? I was somebody who had their coins stolen because I gave away my private key, right? Because I'm an idiot back then, right? Like today I'm still an idiot, but I'm just not that type of idiot. So, but my point is that I fell for all of this crap. Oh, okay. Well, Shed Boy sold. All right. Hold on. I'll give you my referral link. No, I'm kidding. There's no. All right. Let's keep going.
way, way down below you, and points they earn pass up to you, you're limited to only getting 9 points on each side. 3 points on each side gets you $1,000. So 9 points on each side gets you $3,000. So the most money that anyone can make is literally $3,000 a week. So the guy at the very top that got in this super, super early.
So he's talking about the referrals, right? Like that's the max you can make on the referrals. But like in terms of these packages, which I'll show you guys later, where you're essentially buying the ability to mint coins, that seems like you can just be doing that forever. It doesn't seem like there's a maximum there.
He's maxed out at $3,000 a week. There's been people that have gotten in, and a week later they also got friends and family in, and their very first week they limited out and they made $3,000 a week. So they're making the same amount as the person that's 27 things higher than they are. So that absolutely does not play out in TexitCoin. The other one you have to look at when it comes to the idea of a pyramid scheme is the math problem that's involved. When you start figuring out if 6 people get 6 people in and 6 people get 6 people in, then finally when it reaches like the 13th level, you need like 18 billion people.
It's not a Ponzi scheme because the math doesn't work out. So there's no way that you're getting scammed because the math doesn't work out.
So you literally need more people than actually exist in the world. So that's why an actual pyramid scheme does not work. Because what happens is people get all excited about it at first and you start getting people in, but all the money that's being used by the people that get in are the ones that are paying the ones that are above them. But eventually it starts to slow down and then it starts to die off. And then the whole thing comes crashing down because now there's no more money actually coming in. So let me break that down for you how that doesn't work in TexitCoin either. So TexitCoin, the ability to buy a mining share will eventually go away. Once there is an actual 1 million shares of mining shares actually sold, then it will be completely cut off.
So I want you to keep in mind, this is supposedly not run by a company, no individual. Who is selling these mining shares? Believe it or not, TexitCoin would have you believe somehow the network is selling these. I've never actually seen a network per se sell things. It's usually been individuals. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old.
There'll never be any more shares ever sold after that. So there's a finite amount of people that can get in. Right now, the average person that gets in has about 5 mining shares. So that means that you're looking at possibly only 200,000 total people that ever actually get to buy in to the rocket ship.
What did he just say? Does that sound like time-sensitive decision-making? Is that what that is? We need to make time-sensitive decisions. You need to act now. Got to get in on this rocket ship. But wait a second. I thought this wasn't that type of a scheme. Anyways.
200,000 people. So the math problem works very, very good with that because you only need 200,000 people to fill the whole thing up. No. In fact, the speed at which we're growing right now, it actually looks like we're going to fill every single one of those seats before the end of the year. So there you go. That is why it is not a pyramid scheme. All right, let's talk about the next one. The next one is Ponzi scheme. Is TexitCoin a Ponzi scheme? If you guys have ever heard of Bernie Madoff, he is the king of the Ponzi scheme. So basically what happened in that situation is he was offering these stocks to people and getting people really excited about these incredible returns that were coming out of them. Even though, even when the markets would go down, they still had incredible returns. And so people kept getting in like crazy. They were running over each other to get in. So he actually wasn't investing in any stocks. All the money that was coming in, he was using to pay himself. And whenever someone decided they want to get out, he would drag it along for a while, but then he would use the money that the other people used to get in to pay him off. Well, guess what happened? Much like the pyramid scheme we talked about earlier, you finally don't have enough people getting in anymore, so the amount of income that's coming in completely dries up, and therefore when people start wanting to get their money paid out again, there's nothing there, so the person goes off and disappears into the wild blue yonder. So how can this apply to TexitCoin? Well, it can't. And let's talk about why. So first of all, we have the side of TexitCoin that is the cryptocurrency, TXC crypto. It is a true cryptocurrency. You can go to CoinMarketCap and actually look at it. So you have the ability to buy that coin. Now that's not even really a part of the program of getting into TexitCoin, the idea of buying the coin. Yes, you can buy and sell the coin like you can any other crypto, but that's not even what's actually pushed. Right now,
Sorry, I just want to stop for 1 second. Just keep in mind, okay, you were able to purchase you were able to purchase and sell BitConnect on other exchanges as well, not just their exchange. That was also listed on Coin Market Cap. So was Daver Coin, for the people who remember these. Again, these were coins that were offering essentially yield packages. So if we back up, right, we go back to 2017, 2018, there was this other company, USAI Tech or something like that, or USI Tech. Anyways, it was all this type of stuff, right? You essentially give them your Bitcoin, and every day or every week or whatever the payout period is, they give you some of it back, supposedly, right? And then, of course, what that is supposed to do is entice you to put more and more of your Bitcoin into there until it disappears. And essentially what you're doing is you're paying to make money, right? In these types of packages. So anyways, yeah, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, this is along the same lines. Okay, so the fact that it's on an exchange, that doesn't mean it's not a scam. it's like, well, if it's on an exchange, that's not a scam at all. Oh, I love it. It's great.
The whole idea is to get in there and be able to own a percentage of the mine so that you get coins paid out to you every single day.
Okay, but again, how do you own a percentage of the mine if it's completely decentralized? Who are you sending this money to? Who is getting paid for these packages? And how are they paying you? Anyways.
So if the people that are getting on board the TexitCoin are getting these mining shares that produce coins every single day, is there something that they're actually getting in return? Yes, because you can see every single day through the wallet app that you download, you can see how many coins it's actually producing. So every single day, there is proof that it is a real thing. If you're saying, okay, well, no, this app was just made, those coins don't actually exist, you can't do anything with them, well, yes, you can. You can immediately take those coins the second they hit your wallet. They typically hit your wallet every day at 7 o'clock p.m. You can take those coins, you can...
It's almost like somebody's just sending them to you at 7 p.m. each day.
transfer them over to another exchange like DexTrade. You can immediately put them up for sale, and you can sell them for real money. You can then take that money, transfer it back into your bank, and then you can spend it however you want. So you are truly getting a product every single day that's coming in.
You're getting a product every single day. So it's always about what people say, right?
Out of it.
Getting a product.
So there truly is a real product that has real value that's being produced every single day. So not a Ponzi scheme. No. All right, the last one that you hear the most about, because it's a cryptocurrency, is pump and dump. So what exactly is a pump and dump? A pump and dump typically happens with meme coins. So anyone can get on the internet and they can create a meme coin within a few seconds. They can name it anything they want, and they can say, oh, there's 100 million of these coins. They can say there's 100 trillion of these.
You mean I could name it TexitCoin, and I could actually say that it's helping Texans? I could do that, right? It's only meme coins that you can do that with. This is not a meme coin, guys. It's not a meme coin, okay? It's different. These are different things.
These coins, they can say whatever they want because they're literally creating these coins out of thin air. So let's say they create 100 million of this coin, but it has no value whatsoever because no one actually wants it. There's no supply, there's supply, but there's no demand. That's the way the value of a coin is actually determined. So they've got 100 million of this coin, but guess what? They're only going to put 50 million of this coin up for sale. They're going to take the other 50 million coins and they're going to hold it in their own wallet to do whatever they want with it at whatever time. So now they get on the social media and they begin to push it. They begin to go out there and pay other social media influencers to push it. Next thing you know, people are buying, selling it like crazy.
Okay, hold on a second. He's talking about social media influencers being paid to push it. So once again, right? Supposedly this is a decentralized network. There's nobody paying for marketing. But so keep that in mind, guys, because we're going to go take a look at the comments in this video.
The hype is going crazy. This thing has now reached $1. Okay, so that coin reaches $1. Well, they decide they're going to sell it now so that they've got 50 million coins in their wallet. They sell all 50 million of the coins. They make $50 million. They crash the entire market. Everyone else loses everything they had, and those people leave, and you never know who they are, and they make $50 million because they never even told you anything about who they are, where they live, or anything else. You just completely trusted them. That is a pump and dump. The idea of doing a rug pull is the exact same thing. They pump the value of something, and then they sell it, and then when it gets high enough, they dump it. So, can pump and dumps happen with TexitCoin? Let me explain to you the reason why the answer is no. Because TexitCoin is a layer 1 cryptocurrency. A layer 1 cryptocurrency means that you actually have to have mining equipment to actually mine the coin on a daily basis. Now, the mining procedure is a very, very expensive endeavor. Bobby Gray, the one who's the founder of this, without any help from any outside investors, has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in buying all the equipment that it takes.
So I want you guys to keep in mind what he's saying, right? So there's this one guy, Bobby Gray, which we're going to take a look at that after. We're going to take a look at Bobby Gray. He's an interesting guy. Supposedly he created the first Bitcoin coin. So we could just all pretend that accusations coins didn't exist first and that they were invented by somebody else. We'll just pretend that this guy Bobby Gray did it. But it's very interesting because, see, Bobby has all the mining equipment. Bobby is also a silver and gold bug. Everyone's surprised by that. So it's just kind of weird, right? Because is there a company? No, but you're essentially sending money to somebody to quote unquote mine these coins for you. And I'm pretty sure you're sending the money to Bobby. Anyways.
It's the mining machines, the ASIC miners, all the electricity it takes.
But you see, Bobby can't be a scammer because, as you'll see, Bobby actually he started the open cryptocurrency foundation standard or whatever it is, right? So he can't be, right? He can't be a scammer because McCreds. Anyways, okay.
To actually get this thing set up. So no one needs this to succeed more than he does because he runs the risk of losing his house and his cars and everything else because of the vast amount of money that he has invested in it. So no real way to pump and dump it because, first of all, there's not even enough of the coin out there to even sell to even get back what he's actually invested into it yet.
Okay,
that's the other thing.
Okay, so see, but that's the thing. As you guys will see, he doesn't need to sell all that coin to get the money back. He's selling you mining packages. Anyways, okay.
0 coins and TexitCoins were created out of thin air. Every single coin came from the mining process. So there's nobody out there that owns tens of millions of coins, because 0 were created out of thin air. So even if he decided he wanted...
They're actually all created out of thin air, because they're all made by Bobby. There's no evidence, and you guys will see this after, like, there's no evidence that any of this is being mined. There's no evidence that there's a physical ASIC device. There's no evidence that there's proof of work. It just keeps saying that. Yeah, and it's great. And you'll see on the website, of course, you missed your opportunity with Bitcoin. Now there's a new opportunity.
To get out and tried to sell every single coin that he had. Well, first of all, there's not even enough buyers out there to buy all the coins. If you went on right now and you tried to sell all the coins that you had on DexTrade, the most that you could probably get is maybe $15,000 to $20,000 of all your coins. So you don't even have a way out to do a pump and dump. You've got to have buyers that are out there that are willing to buy for you to get out from under it. So absolutely not a pump and dump at all. Again, what I talked about earlier, one of the things about pump and dumps is you go out into social media and you begin to push and push and push and push your coin on people. Then you go out there and you find social influencers,
like
and you
this?
pay them tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars to push your coin to get it going also. Well, guess what? 0 of that is happening. There is almost...
Just remember, he said 0 of that is happening.
No social media out there whatsoever about TexitCoin other than the videos that I make. So there's no pushing whatsoever on that. And there's no social influencers out there that are pushing the coin either.
No.
The coin right now is having insane growth.
Insane.
Because it's friends and family members telling each other about it. People that trust each other. So that's how it's being sold, is through trust. All right, there you guys go. I hope this clears this up for you and helps you to understand this is absolutely not a scheme. It's not a Ponzi. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a pump and dump. It's not a rug pull. TexitCoin is the real thing. There are many of us just like me that are making life-changing money.
What?
And we...
Wait, but just... I thought it wasn't pumping up, no advertising, life-changing money. What? Huh? I don't get what just happened there. What just happened?
See a future that is incredibly bright.
Yeah.
If you want to know more information about it,
No, that's okay. We don't want to know more information about it. We've got everything we need. So just remember, guys, there's no advertising, right? There's no advertising for this coin. Okay, nobody is selling this stuff. And here is his pinned post on the video. The reason I made this video: TexitCoin will spend $145,000 in April on advertising. I don't get it though. There's no single entity. Who is spending $145,000 on advert? I am just completely confused. I am totally confused. Okay. Anyways, let's now we're gonna go take a look at their website. I know I haven't done a lot of the Shitcoin Slayer stuff in a while, just because I don't know. I felt like it was getting boring for me, and I feel like this is way more fun doing the reaction videos where I could just laugh in real time. Okay, anyways, let's here we go. Sure. Yep. Okay. Why doesn't it let me share the whole freaking window? Yeah. See, this is what happens, okay? This is exactly what happens. The user error, right? The problem is between the screen and the keyboard, which is me. Okay, so yeah, we just finished watching that. All right, let's go take a look at this, guys. Here is their website. TexitCoin is your second chance. Second chance, that's right. Because you see, if you missed the boat, on Bitcoin, this is your opportunity. And guys, like I said, it was 2017. I was falling for this shit. Like I too, I was late. Right, I was late to Bitcoin. I had missed the boat, and I needed to buy the next big shitcoin in order to catch up. Yeah, well, after losing approximately $25,000 in vaporware, I learned my lesson. Anyways, okay, so here we go. Your second chance, faster, cheaper, and better than Bitcoin. And yeah, of course, you guys. How may we help you? Yeah, doing lots of stuff for me right now. Just close the window. Anyways. Yeah, so let's continue on here. This is actually pretty interesting stuff. So unlimited TXC, right? That's the token itself. Freshly minted TXC is paid out to your wallet 24/7, 365, no middleman. So you get free money. Okay, that's what happens. The one of the things I didn't quite understand was this limitless binary. Build out your network and acquire a point for each new member referred anywhere on your team. Okay, so that kind of sounds a bit like a mix between a Ponzi and a pyramid scheme. All right, that's kind of interesting. This is actually pretty funny. So I have to give them some credit, right? It looks like they forked the original Bitcoin Core wallet. Yeah, I know. Limitless binary. What the fuck does that mean? So I mean, look, at least he took the time to fork the wallet, right, to make it look legit. But you're essentially just using the Bitcoin Core wallet renamed to TexitCoin Core. Yeah, that's fun stuff. All right, let's continue. Okay, so this was actually my favorite part. This is the guy that he was telling us about, right? Bobby Gray. All right, so here we go, Bobby. So Bobby, and what does it say? I've been manufacturing gold, silver, and copper coins for the past 16 years. All right, so Gold Bug, obviously trying to get in on the crypto thing and has figured out what he believes is this fantastic crypto scheme. So here we go. I had the honor of creating the original Bitcoin coin, which has since become one of the most renowned coins worldwide. Now, unfortunately for Bobby, we know how to use we know how to use search engines, and unfortunately for him, some of us have been in this space for a little while. So obviously, I doesn't take much, right? 2011, Mike Caldwell created the Cassius coin. In 2011, it was the very first instance of tangible Bitcoins. So, I mean, that didn't take really that long to figure that out, that it's just complete nonsense, as if we didn't know that already, but it's just, for our own edification. And let's continue. This is also, I find, absolutely great. The Rapid Rewards Program. Now, again, there's no central entity, so whoever the hell is paying out these rewards, I have no clue, okay? But you're getting paid this stuff. So let's see. Join today and get started. Each package includes one tracking center for you to begin building your network of affiliates. Sounds like a multi-level marketing scheme or Ponzi, kind of a bit of both. Not really sure. Yeah. So here we go. Each affiliate tracking center has two legs, a left leg and a right leg. Immediately, once you have a referral, let us know where you would like new members to be placed. Now, again, I ask this question in all sincerity. Who is this us that I am talking to if it's not a centralized entity? Who is us? Apparently, it's the network. Apparently. Okay. Anyway, so that makes no sense to me. Yeah, so I ended up going to take a look at their block explorer and the top coin holders and stuff like that. This was actually pretty funny. So here we go. You guys want to see the network? So here you go. You've got two nodes, guys. This is the TexitCoin network peers. So nobody, remember, it's not centralized, decentralized. It's just for the people. But it's two people that started it up. Most likely Jay and Bobby. Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, now this is my favorite part. Okay, the absolute icing on the cake are these packages. Okay, so you remember how he was explaining how like they don't make money off of this, right? They don't make money off of you buying the coins. Look at what you're paying. Look at this. Paying $1,000, a one-time fee. So I want you guys to imagine this, right? You drop $1,000 into this, and they're just going to give you free money, right? It's just free money forever. Here you go. 100 mega hash mining power, one affiliate tracking center, a unique tracking URL, back office training and tools. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what are they training you on? Word? Like, I don't get it. Are they using Teams in the background? You need some type of a special training for that? Like, what were they using, Atlassian or something? Nobody knows. Dedicated customer support. But I thought it wasn't a company. Who is providing the support? Make any sense? All right. So here we go. So guys, for a one-time fee, I'm just going to scroll all the way over here. You could just give them $9,000. Okay. You could just give them $9,000 for this package and you'll be all set. So yeah, that is TexitCoin. Okay. That's what that was. So look, am I going to say it's an outright scam? I'm going to let you guys figure out what I think, whether I think it's an outright scam or not. I do believe it is an outright grift. That's for sure. The other piece to it is this, right? They keep explaining to you how it's better, faster, cheaper than Bitcoin. Okay. He was just explaining how I just showed you guys on the website where immediately the first thing they do is tell you, hey, look, you've got this second chance because you missed Bitcoin. This is typical shitcoiner rhetoric. These are just typical shitcoiner narratives. This is the stuff I've heard thousands of times. We're going to hear it again and again. And look, I'm not telling you for a second that you can't gamble. I'm not trying to be your parent or something like that. I don't give a shit. You want to go and waste your money on this, it's fantastic. But what's important is not to delude yourself, because that's when people end up having psychological collapses, right? This is when they lose their minds, when they actually believe the bullshit that these people are feeding you. Okay? So as long as you understand that you're gambling, as long as you understand that this is just a game, then hey, there shouldn't be a problem. But the issue happens when this type of marketing is mixed in, okay, with real world things, and it makes you think that this is something legitimate. And guys, just so you know, this token is not affiliated in any way, shape, or form with the state of Texas. This is just a product made by a single person who has gotten other people on board to shill this crap. Okay, that's all it is. Anyways, guys, let me know if you enjoyed this format. I find this a little bit, it's a nice little change from doing the recorded clips. I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me today. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Of course, if you want to go check out audio only of Pleb Underground, go and check us out on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Anchor. If you want to stream us sats, check us out on fountain.fm, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Peace.